Hello, welcome to Evans Mill. I'm Jason, your executive chef. We're in the kitchen today working on some corn on the cob. We're going to continue our knife series. It's about that time, corn's going to be coming in. So first thing you want to do when you get your corn on the cob, we're going to buy it with the shucks on still. You're looking for corn, it looks nice and fresh, feels heavy for its size. And I always like to take a sneak peek, kind of pull it back, check it out, make sure it looks good. It's not all dried out inside, looks nice and moist. And then we're going to pull those shucks on off. Nice and hard.
Ah! That was just for you guys.
We're going to pull the shucks off, and then...
Wait a minute.
There,
okay.
Wait for it. Alright, pull the shucks off, kind of break off that on the end, and then we're going to pull the silks off. And there is a silk, one silk for every kernel of corn on this. And if you want to count them and prove me wrong, you go right ahead.
What was that you word? Silk?
Silk.
Yep.
Yep, pull the silk off. And you're going to say, when are you going to use the knife? Well, right now. So you get this shucked. You can grill it just like this. A lot of times we'll cut them in half. When you go to cut them in half, kind of get your knife kind of sunk into it just a little bit so it doesn't go anywhere on you. And then put your hand on top. I don't know if we've displayed this technique before, but put your hand on top, hand on the handle, and you're going to just put even pressure and chop right through that. So you can get a smaller ear of corn. Not everybody wants one of those big ears. Also, we're going to do, if you want to make some cream corn or you want to make a corn salad, we're going to show you how to cut the kernels off of the ear. The easiest way to do it, you can just hold it, but I like to take a fork and you can kind of put it in the fat side of the ear so you can hold it up like that. This way you can cut those kernels off a little easier. And you can just cut down the corn just like that. And you can cut them off as close to the cob as you want, and get all the nice big kernels. Or you can cut about half of the kernel off and then go back and scrape a lot of that juice out. And that's how you kind of get the corn that you want to use to make cream corn with. Alright, so you can just kind of work your way all the way around. Alright. The fork really does help to have a handle on that thing. And then scrape it all off, get all the juice out.
So Jason, what is the difference again between cutting it at the very beginning, kind of down to the core, and then just cutting it halfway and scraping it?
So when you're making cream corn, a lot of cream corns you see, you won't have big kernels of corn. So if you cut that about halfway, you won't have as big a piece. So when you're cooking it down, it'll be more of a creamy texture.
Got it.
If you go ahead and cut them big, and you could cook that down as cream corn, but you'll end up with a bigger kernel in there. Depends on your preference.
All right.
I like it a little creamier. I like it to cook down a little bit more. But that's your corn on the cob. It's going to be a good summer. Thanks.
I'd like to note for our audience, that was the first time I've ever seen Jason knock over a bowl in all of our Knife Skill series. So that's...
These are very well rehearsed.